Okay, taking a look around what is easily one of the worst exteriors I've seen for a long time, and it's almost mind-boggling how dirty this van is. The running boards are full of frozen mud, and on the back there's so much ice and dirt on it that the tailgate is actually frozen shut right now. And then up on the front end, it's completely covered in dead bug guts. Moving inside now, and it only gets worse as the carpets and seats are super dirty and full of dirt and stains. There's nasty and grimy messes in the cup holders, and in the back, well, I think we know what happens in the back of a van tends to stay in the back, so there's all kinds of unknown substances and sticky messes to get cleaned up. But just before we dive into this monumental transformation, take a second and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. I post a new video like this every week, and if you've got the bell on, you'll get notified the moment they go live. Alright, well, I've clearly got quite the challenge ahead of me with this van, so I'm excited to see just how good I can get it looking today. As always, sit back, relax, and enjoy the transformation. Okay, well, getting to work on the van now, and after seeing how much snow and ice is stuck to this thing, I've already gone ahead and opened up the hot water line feeding my pressure washer, so I end up with warm water in the wand, which is going to cut through the frozen chunks of mud a little better. And besides seeing the incredible transformation, make sure you guys stick around until the end of the video. The owner was absolutely thrilled when she saw the finished van, and her reaction is well worth the wait. Now, starting in the wheel well, and I'm definitely thankful the van doesn't have carpeted liners in here, or this would have taken significantly longer, although there was still a big chunk of solid ice to deal with. Moving to the back now, and to give you guys a bit of background on this van, the owner lives out in a nearby small town, so it likely sees gravel roads a fair bit, and she obviously has young kids, so that helps to explain the mess on the inside. But as for all the snow and ice around the outside of the van, well, it was parked outside during a big blizzard we had a couple of weeks back, but also had to drive through the aftermath of it in the following days, so that at least gives you guys a bit of an idea of where this mess came from. Moving to the door jambs, and it seems like without fail, every time I do a van, there's french fries or garbage hiding in the bottom part of the sliding door. So thankfully, the pressure washer can make quick work of getting that cleaned up. Now, in what will be the ultimate litmus test for my bug remover, I'll get some sprayed on the front bumper and let it sit for a few minutes so it can break down the remnants, making it significantly easier to remove them during the wash stage. one step that can't be overlooked with a vehicle that was this dirty is the decontamination of the paint. So that process starts with my Detail Geek iron remover, which is going to dissolve any iron particles that are embedded in the paint, turning purple while it does. So I'll get that sprayed on every panel, let it sit for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then simply rinse it off. However, for the tar that's remaining, I'll remove that with clay later on. Here's the huge mess of mud and ice this van left on my garage floor. So after getting that cleaned up, I'll get to work on dismantling some of the interior, starting with removing the second row seats, trim and storage bin liners, as well as the trunk full of garbage and personal items. Working my way around with the vacuum now, and if you were sitting there thinking to yourself, man, that carpet looks like pretty cheap quality and really hard to vacuum, well, you'd definitely be right. And it's made even worse by the fact that it's incredibly dirty and stained. The fibers are completely matted together in some spots, but not to worry, when I get carpet solution sprayed on them later, it's going to get that loosened up, so the rest of this dirt can wait until I extract. Moving up to the driver's footwell, and with no floor mats to be seen in the van, these carpets have taken quite a beating as a result. So my drill brush and Bissell have their work cut out for them today. But one thing that I always think about when I detail a van is, why don't these come with a rubber floor option? They offer work trucks with rubber floors, which makes a lot of sense since you know it's going to get very dirty. And when you've got a van full of young kids, well, it's arguably even worse. So I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who would even pay for it as an upgrade to make cleaning up the eventual mess even easier. Now, not a tool I use very often when detailing, but with my needle nose pliers in hand, I'll carefully extract this poor little guy from the air vent. And surprisingly, out of all the incredibly dirty and nasty vehicles I've detailed over the years, this is the first time I've ever found food down in the air vents. Okay, well, starting on extracting now, and you'll notice I'm opting for my green drill brush today, and that's simply because with the slightly stiffer bristles, it offers greater agitating ability than the white one does, and given how dirty the carpets and seats are in here, it's going to allow me to loosen up all the stains so they can be sucked away. So for anyone out there who enjoys cleaning their own vehicle, feel free to give these a look on my website at detailgeekautocare.com. Both the white and green are available and are a tool that once you use, you won't be able to live without. Moving to the trunk, and I'm not sure what the green stain is in here, maybe some sort of juice, but as for the carpets, I'm starting with the trunk so that it has time to dry out before I fold the already clean third row seats down into it, so that I can clean the rest of the surrounding interior panels. Starting on the passenger side section of the second row now, and it's pretty typical in a van that the seat anchor points are full of crud and grime, So I'll be sure to use the 2-inch brush in there and then pop the carpet out to extract it properly. But for those of you wondering about the solution that makes its way under the carpet, well, I always take a towel afterwards and wipe up any remaining water, though typically after extracting there isn't much there anyways. Here's all the nasty water pulled from the van today, along with a nice layer of sludge at the bottom. Gross. Okay, moving outside now, and it's time to turn our attention to the paint and take care of the remaining road tar and any other surface bonded contaminants. So using my Detail Geek Quick Detailer to act as lubricant, I'll then use some clay to ensure that the contaminants are removed from the paint. Once this is done, the paint will be perfectly clean and ready for a sealant. But one thing to note with the clay is that after each section I do, I need the clay to a clean spot for the next one. Second last step is to clean all the glass in the vehicle inside and out using my Detail Geek glass cleaner and waffle weave towel, which is easily able to remove any crud, grime, or film from the glass, and the waffle weave towel will ensure that I leave a perfectly streak-free finish.
Hey, come on in, have a look.
Oh my god. Okay, the only downside is I can see how much damage is actually done.
Yeah.
Because before the dirt and the dust kind of hid the rust.
Yeah.
Never in its career has it been this clean.
No.
Never.
Never.
It's pretty good, yeah.
Not even close.
Oh,
You have to have a look inside, that's where most of the work was.
Oh, I can guarantee.
Oh, I don't know if I want to touch it.
Holy Dinah, you're a magician.
Thank you.
Truly.
Yeah, it
Oh
turned out
my!
good.
Wow.
You got the change that was stuck in
Oh,
in
yeah.
the cup holder. It smells good even.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, that's good.
That is truly amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Truly amazing.
What am I gonna do with my kids now? I can't put them back in.
Well, maybe you don't have to feed them in all
Yeah,
the
that's
time.
never gonna happen.
That's incredible. Well, you do a fantastic job.
Oh yeah, do
That's-
whatever.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh my
I'm glad you're
gosh.
happy with it.
Well, that would be an understatement. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that I know what the
There you go.
standard is, it's a little bit intimidating. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I bet she'll even run better, Mom.
Well,
She'll just be cruising. We'll be speeding now.
All
I
right.
said all the ice
Awesome.
that was probably underneath of it
Yeah.
because I went through some really bad snowbanks.
Yeah. Okay, enjoy it.
Great
Oh,
job.
Thank you so much.
See ya.